Well, it would seem that the 5-month Hollywood writers and studios strike is at an end. The Writers Guild of America told writers not to return to work yet, but the picketing will in fact be suspended. Sunday night, the union reached a tentative agreement with major studios and streaming services. The new contract needs final approval, and studios have to hammer out a deal with the striking actors. Chief executives, including Disney's Bob Iger, Netflix's Ted Sarandos, and Warner Brothers Discovery chief David Zaslav, took part in the talks directly. The actors are still on strike. That's separate. The Screen Actors Guild of America joined the writers on strike in July. Now they have their own issues, but there have been no discussions about resuming negotiations with their union yet. That is likely to change now. We shall see. Joining us is media expert and podcast host Jacquie Jordan. Thank you for being with us. So the union has called this deal exceptional, with meaningful gains and protections for the writers. Anything more you've learned about the specifics of this tentative deal?
Well, that's correct, Marni. I think it's really exciting. I think everybody's going to be very happy to be back at work. You know, part of the nuances of this will be which shows go up. It's not, this is one cog in a wheel. Actors still striking is another cog in the wheel. And the strike itself affects many other employees and production technicians and people that have no part of the strike whatsoever who have been left without work. So, what's also very interesting is the Drew Barrymore last week got some backlash because her show was running. And what folks don't recognize is there's a lot of nuances to who's in the union, who's not in the union. For example, Drew Barrymore, her show is very popular. It has a lot of actors on the show, just like primetime shows. So there's she has some writers that are in the union and other writers that are not in the union because it's considered daytime television or known as unscripted programming. But of course, as Marni, as you and I know, there's no such thing as unscripted television, but the classifications for producers and writers are different. Even directors have their own guild. They're in the Directors Guild, but they've been affected by this strike too. So getting back to work is really important. But one of the deal points that, was left on, the last to be discussed and, really caught my eye, especially having just co-authored a book called Artificially Intelligent, How Do We Coexist? The whole idea of where AI is going to be participating in, content generation and animation and voice replication has become a really big part. And I think that the actors are going to really have to stand the ground on this point coming up. And if you saw the Netflix show from Black Mirror, Everyone Hates Joan, you would know exactly what it is I'm talking about.
Right. And so this is an issue for the writers and the actors. What assurances were they looking for?
Well, I think, this happens in phases. So it's really interesting. We've seen this happen already when cable television came up. The writers weren't protected through cable television. We've seen this previously before television shows went into syndication. We all know notoriously, like the Brady Bunch, none of those actors ever received residuals from the success of that show. And we still get to enjoy the Brady Bunch show. So what happened here was the digital streaming piece, which was not under the writers' guidelines and how they receive residuals. A lot of them get pay or play performances, which means they get a one-time fee, even though the streaming digital companies get to run the show multiple times, unlimited actually, to their subscription base. So those are the type of things that needed to be hashed out. The whole genre of reality television, things like Survivor and Big Brother, really came in from the last writers' strike because networks and studios and creatives were scrambling around to fill the hours of programming in the primetime hour, and the reality shows became the unscripted, quote unquote, unscripted solution to filling large gaps of primetime shows left out by the writer's strike. So these are the type of things we see when new technology gets introduced into our entertainment, our participation with entertainment.
Yeah, planned spontaneity is probably a good way to describe how some of these shows, live shows go. Real quickly, let's talk about pay, because that was another major issue. Many talented writers say they were unable to make a living. Put that briefly into context. What were they making?
Well, in the last standard that I know, and I don't know specifically, but the last standard that I was working with was a $2,200 a week base for many writers. So, to achieve that, when the writers go on strike, they also affect the base for everybody else, because when the writers' pay goes up, everybody else has a leg in it, especially the unionized production assets that get to participate in the shows. So we're getting to see this, but I know the back end was a really big piece for it's a bigger piece for the actors as it is for the writers, because without the writers, we wouldn't have the films and the shows that we so enjoy.
Yeah, and now we focus on the actors. Jacquie Jordan, appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Marni. Have a great day.
You as well. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.